Hey man, it's OG Maco. I'm hot in hip hop. Hell yeah. Hey man, it's OG Maco, Southside Atlanta. You know how we get down, man. It's OGG, live life. You feel me? That's what we do. I got my own producers, and they like the best in the world to me, and I think they finna get to prove they some of the best in the world. Period. But you know, Deco, Parker, and Fresh Produce. You know, LC, he's also my engineer. So it's like they produce and they make these amazing like soundscapes, and then I just hear them. You know what I'm saying? And if that's where I want to be right then I go there. It's like it's like when you playing fighting games and you pick the board. It was the summertime, a little bit before it actually. It was like spring. And I was already working on the Blackfield College, and I produced a whole bunch on it and all that, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I was only producing because my producer was being lazy as fuck, you know what I'm saying? He was my engineer too. So it was like, when he was being lazy as fuck, I couldn't do shit. And that's why I started engineering and producing again, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to do it a little bit, but then it got way better. And so I started telling him make like 10 beats a day because we finna be famous one day. And when you famous, you don't get to work on your time. You gotta work on time, you know what I'm saying? So I went to Hooters and got drunk as fuck. And when I came back, I was like, man, did you do the 10 beats today? Because he hadn't done the 10 beats like any other day. You know, I was like, did you do the 10 beats today? He was like, no, but I got you like 4 hard ones. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Now you gotta, like, he's like a genius beat maker. So those 4 took him like 20 minutes out of his whole day. This is Brandon Thomas. Out of his whole day, it was like fucking 20 minutes. So I'm like, bruh. So I walk upstairs and I try and like cool off about the situation, but I guess I had like reached my peak. So I came back downstairs and he had the headphones on. He was sitting there nodding his head, making some shit, and I slapped him off. I grabbed him. I was like, man, play the ass beats you made earlier. And he was like, which one? You didn't even hear him. I was like, man, it don't matter. They all trash anyway. So he just chose one of them before he could press play. I told him to press record, and then I made the song like live. So I made it hearing the beat. So you know, everybody in the room was like, what? Because we was recording in my living room.
It was one take.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard the beat. That's the only time I ever recorded on it. The next day when I heard it and heard what it was, I was like, damn, 2 Chainz would be hard on this shit. Well, you know, I knew then, like, he wasn't getting on the shit at all. So I just kind of put that hard deal on the shelf, and then Key ended up getting on the shit. And then, you know, fast forward, it was in between, even the time of us talking to QC, there was a whole bunch of people hitting my manager, Steve-O. Like, they fuck with the song. And it was a few people who didn't even want to really get on the song, but they just really fuck with it. And they like up there. You know what I'm saying? So then one day Coach was just like, man, 2 Chainz said he fucking with the record. He want to get on it. And I just thought in the back of my head, like, damn, that's kind of ironic, because I was the first person I said should get on this record. So I was like, cool. And then I woke up maybe the next day, and Coach called me and was like, he was playing the shit. He said, listen. And then it was the song. He said, I'm sending it to you right now. It's getting mastered. Get the cover. It's coming out today. So I heard it like the same day. Everybody else heard it. I heard it the same day. I just heard it like an hour before them, literally. Like not even a whole. It's like an hour. Dead ass. You Guessed It is a song I'm happy that people relate to, but as an artist, that's not a song I'm just like, oh, it's one of my favorites. It's not one of my personal favorites. You know what I'm saying? But that's with me knowing everything else I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the stuff that's out, only a few of those are like personal favorites. Cause I got like 500-600 songs now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people throw the one-hit wonder shit. I just laugh at it because I can make a whole mixtape and like in the time it would take me to respond to all of those, I could just make a tape and put it out. But why do that? Because it's gonna be hard as fuck, and I just like wasted it for people who not even gonna give me an honest chance anyway. Live Life 2 sounds like Live Life 1 on a pound of steroids. And Cardo just was so ridiculous. Like when I made Live Life 1, I always wanted Cardo to be the producer for it. But God blessed the fact he didn't, because that's how I found Deco and Parker and everybody else that's now my core producer unit. But Cardo did exactly what I knew he would do and went fucking bananas. Man, that shit is a ride, bro. Like Live Life 2, honestly, I would like just listening to it, for people who don't do any drugs, it's gonna be like a drug. I swear, like, that shit is like instant, fanatical, turn the fuck up. Bitch, you guessed it. I told you it was gonna break the fucking rap game.
Thug, he reached out, you know. He was like, yo, I like your music, we should put something together. We need to make an EP, we need to do an EP. So I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying?
That song meant so much to me and my brothers. It was like around the times when we first started really rapping and we looked up to Rockefeller so much. That was really like some of the stepping stones that
pass a message on or something like that, you know. No,
To them or through them.
yeah.
Pause.
They're not in a position where they could just scrap it out in the street and it'd be over.